Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a Full Throttle Theories episode, which I think is a pretty damn original concept. But I've been thinking about it and no one pays attention to the little hidden details throughout the game. So let's just get straight into this, straight into all the theories. So you may notice there's a lack of buildings, there's just a little city. Then a few like barn houses and stuff just scattered across. But then other than that, it's just fields and a big wall covering the big city. Well, it's not that big, but it's alright. And why are we living in the middle of a wall, and why do we have all this mysterious stuff around us? So you may notice there's some mysterious glowing rock. A bit like in between the city and the airport, somewhere around there, there's a mysterious rock that gives out electrical noises and the sound of tires screeching every once in a while. And I kind of looked around the map and looked for some hints for what this may mean, and what I found is quite interesting, in fact. So I'll get to why it plays those noises and why it's even there. So one thing we can get right off the bat is that in the desert rally section there is a bunch of pyramids and what seems to be a bunch of bones and skeletons, which is like weird because why would they be lying around on the ground if it's been 60 million years since then? There must be some reason they're right in the open. So, the theory here is that the mysterious rock either fell down and wiped everything out, or it was already there and it blew up. So judging by the old Full Throttle map, back when it was Horizon, we still had those big borders, but they were slightly higher and the ground was more flat and there was more trees and rocks and stuff and more natural stuff. But after this thing wiped out the whole city, it knocked down all the buildings and made all the land kind of corrupt and all the grass like plain, and it's as if like the civilization that's living here now is trying to rebuild everything and trying to plant trees again because it's really plain and barren at the moment because that thing blew everything up, and that's why all the land's kind of deformed and full of hills and stuff. And there's a few hints of the city still being built. One is the scarce amount of like buildings, like not much, like scattered around the place. Also in this image you can see that there is one of those cranes that builds stuff up right there, and basically it's like the city being built back up and being improved from the last one after this big catastrophic failure or whatever that came to the town, and we're trying to rebuild everything. And either this city is covered in big walls because this city is an experiment and they're experimenting on the humans that live in it, or we just live in the central of some kind of crazy place, some town surrounded by mountains with like lots of stuff going on. So when that asteroid landed or blew up or whatever it was, it dug a lot of soil away and it dug out a bunch of fossils as seen in the desert area, and also all the pyramids and stuff, and that building full of like tombstones and stuff as if there was like mummies there. And it's as if the desert was undug by the collision of the asteroid hitting the city, and maybe when that asteroid or whatever that mysterious rock is blew up, it caused a lot of extinct and dormant volcanoes to activate back up, and the image got deleted for some reason, but there's rocky mountains somewhere off the city, somewhere not too far from it, and it has like rocks on the top but grass on the bottom. So maybe this is the the lava that kind of dried up over all the years, and like the people living here decided they don't want this land to go to waste, so they just practically started to rebuild. And maybe we had to wait a really long time for the city to be inhabitable again, and it's still going through that process, but it's safe enough to live here. Or on the other side of things, we use this top secret place to test the last cars, because cars became self-driven. Like, you don't have to use anything in them, they drive you to where you want. But this made lots of racers lose their profession and stuff, so they wanted to get it back. So they decided to get this top secret place that is almost uninhabitable and get a bunch of scrap cars and renew them so they can be used, and then build a bunch of tracks and stuff in the secret. And now they have a big town with lots of cars driving around after but in top secret, like away from the rest of the self-driving cars, because they don't want too much people to find out about it. Anyway, thanks for listening to the theory. There's a lot more theories coming, but there's lots of secrets in this game that a lot of people don't know about, and I feel like there is a lot hidden to the story, and just the fact that no one really pays attention to those little things in the map. Thank you guys for watching. Reviews coming soon.